Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of your variable tutorial, which is number 3. And today I'm just going to show you the different types of declaring a variable, um, other than what I showed you in the first one in here. So I already made another class file, so I'm just going to open this up and put in our very important line of code here with our main method. And I'm just going to type in the way I had it before. So variable 1 equals, let's have pi again, if I can get it right. There we go. Now this is the way I showed you before, but this isn't the only way you can declare a variable in Java. You can also say you don't want to give it a value initially. You just want to create the variable and store it away for whenever you need it. Then this is how you want to do it. You still want to say double and then the name, but you can end it right there with a semicolon. You don't have to give it a value. Later in your code, say you just have a bunch of text in between, or a bunch of code in between these two lines. You haven't used this variable yet, but now you need it. Now in your line of code it becomes important and you need to give it a value. Now since it's already created, which is essentially one of the purposes of putting double or int or boolean or the other types I showed you, it tells the computer what type of variable it is, but it also just creates it. So when you're giving it a value later on, you don't have to retype double in because it was already created. So all you have to do is just restate the variable name and set it equal to something. Because if we recreate it and reinitialize it as a double, it gives us an error saying that we duplicated variable var1. But if we delete this, then that's saying that the computer sees us sorry, I can't talk right now. The computer sees var1 as a variable that's already been created. So it goes back to where it stored it initially because you didn't give it a value. It goes back there, retrieves it, and sets it equal to this value that you just set. And that's one way you can just avoid trying to premeditate what you're going to put equal to each variable. Now say you have multiple variables. This time I'll do a char variable. I'll do oh, and by the way, you can't have a variable beginning with a number. It has to begin with a letter, but it can end in a number or contain numbers. And no spaces either. You can have underscores, but no spaces. I'm going to have, let's see, letter 1. And common practice, as for a class name, each new word has a capital letter, but for variables it's lowercase for the first word and capital for the rest of them. And for this, you don't have to go down and or here, I'll do it this way. You don't have to initialize them all in different separate lines, such as what I'm doing here. Oops. You don't have to do this. That's just a waste of time and waste of lines of code. If they're all going to be the same type of variable, then you can just keep them on one line, just declare the type of variable it is initially, and then just put a comma in between each variable name. And now it's initialized and created all three of these and set them to the char variable type. And to prove this, I will set them all equal to something. So obviously letter 1 is already been initialized because it has the char in front of it. I just need to give it a value, and I'll give it a. But even though that letter 2 and letter 3 don't have char before it, like exactly before it, they're in the same line as what's already been declared as a char variable. So I can just give it a value without reinitializing and creating it. I'll set this one to b. And see, we have no error saying that it hasn't been initialized. However, if I took it out of here, there's an error saying that it hasn't been set as a variable. So I'll put it back in and keep this. And the same goes for the variable letter 3. I'll set equal to z, or c, sorry. So those are different ways you can declare variables. Obviously, there are a couple more, but I'm not going to get into them too much until that's absolutely necessary. And really, it only becomes necessary once we begin talking about loops, which are coming up sometime in the future soon, maybe within 2 or 3 tutorials. But I hope you guys enjoy this. Hope you learned something. Again, if there's any comments or questions, feel free to put them in the comment section. And I'll see you guys next tutorial. Thanks for watching.